Hi, my name is Ben Frear. I'm an immigration lawyer for entrepreneurs. And today I want to tackle a question I get asked a lot. Is it possible to get an E2 visa for under $100,000? So the E2 visa is primarily for entrepreneurs who want to run a business in the US after making a substantial at-risk investment in that business. During my consultations for the E2 visa, prospective clients will often share their business ideas with me and express concern because their business will cost less than $100,000 to start. They've heard from other lawyers or entrepreneurs that you need to spend at least $100,000 to even consider applying for an E2 visa. So, is this true? Before I answer that, let's talk about where this $100,000 figure comes from. When you look at the Foreign Affairs Manual, which guides U.S. consular officers, you won't find a minimum investment amount. In fact, the manual suggests that business models requiring a lower investment should be given a fair chance. This is reassuring, especially for those starting consulting companies, marketing agencies, or similar businesses that do not require a large upfront investment to begin operating. To determine if an investment is substantial, consular officers will use what's called the proportionality test. This test weighs the amount of qualifying funds invested against the cost of the business. The lower the cost of the business, the higher the percentage of investment is required. The manual explains that the value, aka the cost of the business, depends on its nature. For example, a manufacturing business might cost millions to establish, while a service business, like a consulting firm, might have relatively low startup costs. As long as the other requirements are met, the cost alone isn't a deciding factor for an E2 visa application. So why does this conventional wisdom exist? Why do so many people say that you need to invest $100,000? There are two main reasons. First, there's an example in the Foreign Affairs Manual listing the $100,000 figure. It's offered as an illustration of the proportionality rule. Essentially, it says that if a business costs $100,000 and you invest that amount, the manual says that that should normally qualify. This section of the Foreign Affairs Manual is super helpful when the investment is over $100,000 and the investment meets or exceeds 100% of the cost of the business. However, by offering this example, the manual is not saying that businesses with lower investment costs can't qualify. But in practice, they are generally more likely to receive additional scrutiny. Second, some consular posts reportedly won't approve E2 applications with investments below $100,000 or in some cases $150,000. This policy assumes that businesses with low startup costs won't create jobs. This reasoning is flawed since many types of businesses can start with a low investment and still create jobs. However, these posts may deny low investment cases by labeling the business as marginal. Marginal businesses that only support the investor and their family do not qualify for the E2 visa. So, can you get an E2 visa for under $100,000? Absolutely. Many of my clients have done this. But remember, the lower the investment amount, the higher the risk of refusal. For these types of cases, it's wise to seek guidance from someone with experience in similar low investment cases that were filed with the same consular post through which you are applying in order to understand the potential challenges. Also, keep in mind that $100,000 might not be enough in some cases. Remember, the required investment depends on the cost of the business. If you invest $100,000 but the business costs $800,000 to start, you may face difficulties since you've only invested 1/8 of the total cost. So I hope this information was helpful. This is a complex topic, so please don't take this as legal advice. It's just intended to be a general discussion to help you understand this issue. The likelihood of success with an E2 visa application depends on many factors, best discussed with a knowledgeable U.S. immigration lawyer. Thanks so much for your time, and best of luck as you explore the E2 visa.